Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How you doing? This is Donald Yates, your Map Store Vice President, checking in. So there's been a lot of conversation with a lot of context about the union density and what's happening to the federal workers in this country through executive orders via our president of the United States. And when you just bring up the conversation about union density, and you bring up the conversation about what we perceive the president doing through his executive orders as being something to kill unions. And I've come to the conclusion, a lot of people don't know, that even though we're part of different unions throughout this country, we are affiliated with the AFL-CIO, just like every other union. So an attack on the federal unions is also an attack on the AFL-CIO and its treasury. In order to compete with anything in this country, whether it's to lobby for certain things or to fight for certain laws or to get financial stability for certain things like highways and Department of Transportation issues. A lot of times our international union is involved, and to a large degree the AFL-CIO is involved with other aspects. And when you attack those fabrics, then you weaken the union density as a whole. Now, I'm under no illusion that the Transport Workers Union should be taking up arms for other people's fights. But what I am under the direct influence is that if someone is willing to fight for themselves, then we can come in and help fight with them. With that being said, there's a lot of folks who come on here and they talk about, hey, what about the Democrats? What about the Republicans? I never made this about Democrat and Republican. I've always made it about being too far to the left or being too far to the right, and what can occur. You know, total dominance of certain things, and someone is always going to feel like certain things is not fair. So, in essence of it all, you know, I understand, you know, there's a couple things that you don't really engage in. You don't engage in politics and you don't engage in religion. Those will be the biggest oppositions. You'll have people defending their sides, and that's okay. You know, you believe in what you believe in. But make no mistake, if you're a worker, if you work for a company that has a union, your union is the reason why you got things. Your union is the reason why you got Saturdays and Sundays off. What the union has done over time through negotiations, some people may like, some people may not like. But after all, it did come over the power of negotiations, right? Whatever happened, positive or negative, it was negotiations that did it. The unions gave you the power to do that, right? Now, I invite everyone to learn more about this, what your union does. Not only get on here on the social media, say what you want to say, and then put your head back in the sand. Don't do that. Come out and join us. Come fight for Tier 6. Come help us fight for Tier 6. Don't sit back as a Monday morning quarterback and come back and say, oh, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. We're fixing Tier 6. But I don't see some of these folks that's engaged in saying you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I don't see none of these people come in the lobby day to help fight and fix Tier 6. It's mind-boggling sometimes, but it's okay. You know, this is a democracy at the end of the day, and you are allowed to have your opinions, and you are allowed to say what you need to say and then put your head back in the sand. You're allowed to do that while we do the work, and we will continue to do the work, right? I just felt I needed to say that. And all the detractors out there, you're entitled to your opinion. Be safe, everyone. Donald Yates checking out.